Hello, Tiffany. I decided that we are going to do this little thing where you got to ask me questions about the story. What's going to happen? I don't think there's any new ones. Let me check. I'm going to check right now while talking on this video camera. But, oh my goodness, the message boards were down for a while. That was kind of freaky. It really did freak me out a lot. There are like 9 people reading this story right now. That's kind of creepy. I still don't think people understand how weird that is for me to like just see that many people reading the story. Recently found out that it's 4,000 views, which is really awesome. That happened like in like seriously, like just really quickly. More than it's just been going up like insanely. But I was going to answer some questions. There we go. That's the topic I was on. And the first question is, what's my favorite chapter? My favorite chapter? I don't think I would tell this one right, because at like this moment, my favorite chapter is chapter 18, which I don't believe you guys have read yet. I haven't posted that one. No. But so far, my favorite chapter is chapter 18, and I haven't posted it yet. But every chapter I write seems to be my favorite chapter. There's only been one where I didn't like it, and I barely even wanted to put it up, but I think that was chapter 7. I'm going to try to remember. I think it was the one where I didn't even have a rule for it. I couldn't even think of a rule for it. I just didn't like it. I didn't even want to post it when I did it. When will the next chapter be up? I'm going to go with not the one I just posted, but the one that is going to be written. I'm going to say, if I decide to stay up, maybe tonight, but if I decide not to stay up, I'm going to guess when I get back from school tomorrow, anywhere from like 4 to 6, between those times. There's a rough estimate. Probably is not going to happen the way I say it. Where did you come with the character? The character of Joanne, I'm going to say that is. Joanne is actually a character from my novel. Her name is Joanne, and she has jumped over into this story because it was just a really easy way to do some character development. But yeah, that's what I did. The name Joanne came from, I was in a marching band at the University of Northern Iowa. I was in the trumpet section, and I had this really good friend named Anne, and my trumpet nickname was JoJo. And so we put JoJo and Anne together, and they started calling us Joanne because we always like hung out together. We wouldn't like go and do stuff by ourselves because we were actually in a sorority, and I wouldn't like go do something unless Anne was doing it also. So there's that story. But yeah, that is how I came up with the characters. I just stole it from my actual novel. I know, it's horrible. Was the reason for Joanne's mother leaving? I think it's the loss of love. She realized, like, I don't think Joanne's father kind of understood what he had when he had it. She left, and she seemed really angry when she left. I don't think Joanne actually really knows the true fact of like why her mother left. She knows that her mom's somewhere out there, but she doesn't know exactly, where she is or what she's doing, or why she just walked out one day. Why did Joanne's mother tell her those rules? She told her the rules, I think, because she was mad. I think it provided a little bit of insight into why Joanne thinks the way she does, because her mom told her to think that way, because her mom was angry probably at her father at the time. The last one is, what ways are you and Joanne alike? Not really at all. I gave Joanne a lot of the things that I do. Like, I write, so she's a writer. I gave her music because I am a music major. But really, that's about it that we're actually alike in. Joanne is actually my sister in like emotion and like patterns like that. She's more like my sister, but she's not like me. There is a character in the story that is me, almost exactly, but I don't think you've learned to know her enough to actually see her yet. But there is one person in the story that is me. I don't know if you guys can guess who it is, but there is one person that is me, technically. I know it's not her sister, Joanne's sister. It's not her. That's not me in the story. It's someone else. One of the questions that one of my friends asked me was, what's your novel about? Which is actually a really good question because I've never actually told you guys what my novel is about. It's kind of a story about Joanne's in it and her roommate Rachel, and that's why I kept using Rachel as Dawn's Dawn when Dawn was called Dawn, but now Dawn's called Julia. If anyone got that, congratulations. But Dawn was Rachel. I kind of brought Rachel into the story like that, but now I've completely deleted that character. That was really confusing, and I barely got that. But it was Joanne and Rachel were roommates in this apartment building that Joanne's parents once owned. I'm totally going to confuse you by using Joanne's name. The lead girl's parents owned and she lives right next to her brother. Her parents died and left them these apartment complexes around the city of Chicago where it takes place, and the penthouse floor, the top floor of this apartment building where she lives, and her brother lives in a different apartment, but in the same floor there's 3 apartments, and they always kind of consider that top floor to be like the family, and her brother rents one of the apartments to this random guy, and this random guy ends up being like the son of a mob leader, and you kind of learn throughout the story like why he's there and all this drama that happens because of it, and you kind of figure out, she always thought her parents died of a car accident, but was it actually an accident? And there's a bunch of drama that leads up to a lot of sadness and romance, and that's what the novel's about. That was a really bad description, but I mean, that was what it's about, so. Alright, I'm gonna stop recording. It's 8 minutes long. That's insane.